Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1329.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about why April is typically a good month for stocks. Now, we didn't just come up with that. It's actually due to a study done by the Carson Group. And what they're saying is that April has historically been a solid month for market returns. In fact, it's been the second best month of the year for the S&P 500 when you go all the way back to 1950 and average performance. More recently than 1950, it's been the third best month when you look at just the past 20 years. And if you look at just the last 10 years, it's about the fourth best month. But when you look at April in presidential election years, April has provided the fourth strongest monthly performance for the S&P 500. Now, there's all kinds of seasonal trends, and certain times of year do better than others. We've all heard the phrase sell in May and go away, which means the first part of the year through May is traditionally seasonally strong, and then through the summer it's weaker, with September being typically the worst month of the year historically, and then things pick up in October and through the end of the year do better. The one thing we have going on in April is income tax time, so we do have some people selling stocks in order to liquidate funds to pay their taxes perhaps, but we also have very strong incoming flows of money as people are contributing to their IRAs by the deadline. If you have a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, you have until the tax deadline of April 15th, 2024 to make contributions for the 2023 tax year. That means a lot of people are contributing at the last minute through April 15th. And on top of that, you have the regular 401k contributions that people are paying out of their paycheck on a regular monthly basis where they're contributing to stocks. And that can often affect fund inflows toward the end of the month. Some other things that are going on right now that are bullish are a lot of stock buybacks. So many companies are buying back their own stock, and that's pushing stock valuations up. We've also talked about the AI premium, where artificial intelligence and any exposure to artificial intelligence or any ability to be able to reference artificial intelligence in corporate earnings calls seems to give a company a premium for having a plan to deal with artificial intelligence and put it to work in their business so that their profits over time are larger. We also have the Fed telling us that there will be 3 interest rate cuts this year. So whether we see a rate cut in May or whether it's in June, or some people are now saying it's going to be later, I still think we have a good shot at May. The fact that interest rates have already started to move down ahead of the Fed taking any action is also positive for markets. It's positive for profitability. It's positive for people who are taking loans. It's positive for the housing market. Now, what's interesting is you can factor in all those seasonal trends, but now we have a new trend, and that is Wall Street has gotten behind the Bitcoin ETF, which makes it a lot easier for people to invest in Bitcoin than they had to when they had to hold it themselves. So we've seen a steady stream of inflows going into the Bitcoin ETF, and many experts have been surprised at how much money has actually flowed into them. With Bitcoin up roughly 60% year to date, its outperformance and crypto's outperformance in general is still very appealing, even if you just put a small 5% allocation to it in your portfolio. So while many people are still surprised at the strong market that we've seen this year, it looks like there's a good chance it will continue into April, which goes right with my forecast of a stronger stock market into the first 5 months of this year before we see a sharper pullback. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.